In this episode of Video Show Me How, I'm going to show you how to rotate your winch housing. So you can see here that we've got a brand new winch and it has all the bits and pieces. So we've got control box, all our cabling here, we've got handheld unit or remote control unit, more cabling. We have the winch hook itself and strap. This is quite honestly the biggest hook that I think I've ever seen. Alloy fairlead here as well, and of course some a grade 8.8 bolts that will attach it to the winch. To give you a quick rundown on the winch itself, we have Dyneema rope built into the winch. The other thing you're looking at is obviously our connection points, and this is where we attach all the big cabling to the winch itself. Other than that, we have our engagement mechanism. So in here you can see on this particular winch, this is what spools or tells the gearbox whether the winch is locked in or not. Alright, so you'll probably notice sometimes when you go to mount this into your winch bar, you might find that you have a plate over the top here, and then when you need it and you go to put your hand, you can't quite get at this to lock it in and use it. So you might find some bull bars on the front here that have this here. Some bull bars might have a cutout sort of in this area so that you can get to this, but only if it was down here like this, so that you can reach in from the front and spool your winch. Now obviously that's a bit of a problem for us because most winches come with it at the top. Now this may not be a problem for you, but obviously if you want to change it, never fear, you can do that. Okay, so this is actually super easy to do. Main thing to remember here is the part over here that has your connections for the wiring. That's your motor. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. The other side that has the connection for engaging or disengaging, if you look, some of it, even this one has clutch written on it. So funnily enough, that is your gearbox. So we need to basically take this guy off, spin him around, and then connect him back on. So to do that, you essentially need a couple of Allen keys, because we want to take these two guys out, and then if we spin him around underneath, there's one more on the base, just down here. Just like that. So that's our first one. And then the second one is just these two guys here. Make sure you keep the lock washers on there as well. There we go. Now, if we flip it on its side, you should be able to literally just pull this guy off, and when you do, you just want to be super careful that you're coming out straight. So essentially what we need to do now is undo these Allen keys here. So as you can see, there's a lot of, there are a little tiny Allen key. We want to undo each of these, because what that does is that connects the actual housing itself straight to the gearbox itself. So when we undo those, we can basically pivot that whole section around so that when we put it back on, it's around the right way. So finally, once you've undone all of our bolts around the side here, this should just lift up. So as you can see, we've got two separate parts here now, and essentially we have the gearbox itself, and you can see our teeth around the outside here where they've essentially meshed with this. And this is just a matter now of having this housing, and instead of having it sitting around like this, we're going to rotate the whole thing around like that. And it will just like that. star pattern. So you're toning down on that seal evenly. So you want to go here, 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 here. So basically the opposites of where you're talking down. So once that's done, make sure you've got a nice run of grease in there. And as you can see here now, our button is on the bottom. It still works like normal. The difference is now that we can reattach from the bottom. So next step is to reattach to the actual winch itself. Alright, so let's move this around. Now this part we want to make sure that we mesh the drive shaft here straight through the middle, and be careful not to damage any of these seals here, just like this. She joins back together. Buttoning these. Don't forget about the bottom one. That lifts just underneath here on the bottom.
Alright, so thanks very much for watching. That's as simple as it gets. Now, as always, you can subscribe to the channel for other videos. You can do that about here somewhere. So click the link and hit the button you know you want to, and you'll get any future episodes as they come out. Over the other side here, there's other videos that are constantly being added to the channel with lots of other content around showing you how to do stuff. So feel free to click any of those and have a great day.